The first step to making our egg cupcakes is to empty out the shell. I'm going to use a corkscrew to poke a hole into the egg, but you can use any kind of sharp object that will allow you to poke a good hole into your egg. And I've just got a bowl here that I'm going to empty the egg contents into, but you can do this directly over the sink. I'm just going to take my corkscrew and I'm going to carefully poke a hole into the top of my egg. Once I have the hole poked in, I'm just going to use my fingers and peel back some of the shell to make the hole a little bit bigger. We want it big enough for a decorator tip to go in. Now that I have my hole opened, I'm going to take this wooden skewer and stick it in to break up the yolk. And then you just empty the contents of the egg into your bowl, or you can do this directly over the sink. Once I get my eggshell empty, I'm going to take it over to the sink and clean the inside thoroughly with cold water. Now I'm going to make a saltwater bath for my eggshells. So I'm going to take about 1/8 of a cup of just table salt and then fill it with water just enough for my eggs to be fully submerged. Then you just take your eggs and make sure you fill them up with the salt water. That way they will stay submerged and not float to the top of your pan. And we're going to leave them in there for 30 minutes. The salt water will kill any bacteria or germs that may be left within the eggshell. I have my eggshells prepared. After they set in the saltwater bath for 30 minutes, I rinse them thoroughly. Then I just line the egg carton with some paper towels and place them whole side down to let them drain and dry out. While those are drying, we're going to whip up a cake. While my eggs were drying, I whipped up just a white box cake mix and divided it up into 3 different bowls and colored them pink, lavender, and a blue. And I also lined a muffin tin with tin foil in each of the compartments. The tin foil is going to help us keep the egg standing upright while we're baking it. I fitted a bag with just a round decorator tip, and I'm going to fill my bag with my cake batter and fill all my eggs about 3/4 of the way full. I've got all my eggshells filled with my cake batter. Now I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. My eggs are done. They came out of the oven and I let them cool completely. Now, if you have any overflow, which I did, then you can clean them up by just using your fingers and a damp paper towel to take the runoff off the eggshell to get them nice and clean and looking like this. And yes, I lost a few. You are working with eggshells, so it's easy to squeeze too hard or something and break them. So you probably want to make extras. This recipe should make at least 18 of these eggs. To make the dye for our eggs, I have 3/4 cup of water. And to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. Then I'm going to add my food color. This is a pink gel food color. And now we'll stir this thoroughly until our gel color has dissolved. Color the eggs. You want to find a cup that is taller than the egg and as narrow as possible. I didn't really have the right size. This is the closest I got. So I'm going to line it with some tin foil to narrow the cup a bit. Now I'm going to hold my egg straight up. You just need 1 finger, and I'm going to pour my dye around it, and I'm going to pour it until it just is as close to the cake as possible without getting on it. Since the dye has vinegar in it, we really don't want to get that on our cake. Once it's reached the color that you want, you can just fish it out with a spoon. And I'm just going to set this aside on some wax paper to dry. You'll just repeat this process for all of your eggs and all the different colors that you want to make them. Here are my finished colored eggs. Let's go ahead and break one open. And there you have it. When you crack open the egg, you've got a great cake surprise inside. This is going to be great fun for your kids on Easter or really impressive for your guest at your Easter gathering. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please join our channel. We hope to see you back soon.